I saw some video coming in over the weekend of this event up in the Bronx, and I would actually dare to say that the people hosting it, I'm talking AOC and Jamal Bowman, he's the fire alarm guy, two representatives in Congress that actually should scare you with their behavior. I mean, I'm looking at AOC like, is she okay? What's wrong? The two of them made this little video. I mean, it's like total cringe, this first little thing. It gets worse and worse and worse. But this first little one-off that they did, this cell phone video where they're trying to encourage people to get out to vote. I mean, he's up a creek without a paddle, because not even Hillary Clinton is for this guy right now. She just endorsed his competitor. So he calls in the big guns. He's got AOC there trying to hang out with him in the Bronx, and they're out there making these little cell phone videos that will just that will cause you to cringe. I promise. Watch.
What's up, everybody? We are just a few days out till the election day, our primary election on Tuesday, June 25th. But the good news is that the polls are open right now, and we are here for our brother, Jamal Bowman. We want to turn out the vote. I don't care if you live in New York 16 and are turning out to vote for him. I don't care if you live outside New York 16. We are texting our friends. We are turning out. We are calling our friends in Tuckahoe, in White Plains, in New Rochelle, in Yonkers, and telling them to vote for Jamal Bowman.
Ceasefire now, y'all. That's what we're doing.
Right.
Ceasefire now. Let's get it popping.
Right.
The polls are open today. The polls are open tomorrow. Make sure you get out to vote. Election day is Tuesday. Let's go. We need record turnout all across the district, especially in Yonkers, Mount Vernon, New Rochelle, Co-op City, and Edenwald. Let's get it popping. Let's change the world. It's the many versus the money. We're going to win.
Right.
Let's go, baby.
We're going to win. We're going to take on AIPAC, and we're going to kick some Wall Street ass. So let's go.
Stop the bombs.
Oh, unbelievable. All right. And it gets worse. Like, they've got this rally going on. And by the way, they're not exactly, how shall we say, fans of Israel. That's putting it extremely delicately. But what's crazy to me is that you actually had protesters there saying they're not hard enough on Israel. So you had that whole component going on. And then you had AOC up there on stage screaming wildly and dancing to this music. I mean, it was out of control. You're like, is she okay? Really? Is she okay? Let's watch this. And I don't know. I'm going to ask you, what do you think? Is AOC, the former bartender, we don't hold that against her, but, now turned representative, seems to have, kind of gone off the reservation a bit. So she's screaming and screaming and screaming and screaming. And I can't quite figure it out. I mean, I do think that part of this is that she's worried because Donald Trump was just up in the Bronx. Remember how she flipped out? Because he had all those rappers there. And by the way, he didn't need to sound like that. What's that about, girl? What is that about? It's very interesting, too, because that population was not as diverse as you would have thought. Donald Trump actually had a very diverse crowd. When you look at that crowd, it's not what you would think for the Bronx. Not at all. So she makes a total fool of herself. I mean, the cringeworthy moment with Jamal on the cell phone. And then that, whatever that was, has me wondering if this woman is actually okay. I don't think she is. But it's concerning that there's so much anger, so much frustration, and seemingly a kind of hate. The congressman who is up a creek without a paddle because Hillary Clinton decided to endorse his competitor because he's just, I don't know, he's gotten so far out there that even the most left of the left is not going to vote for him now. He's really freaking out. You can see and feel the fear in his voice and in his body and in his body language. Do you know we actually had to clean this clip up to show you because we didn't want the F-bombs in there? He had all this horrible language and fury and anger. And I'm just telling you, oh my gosh, if this was ever Donald Trump that did anything like this, my goodness, everybody would flip out. But somehow it's tolerated and seen as okay when it comes from Jamal Bowman. Despicable. Watch.
We're gonna show them who the we are. We're gonna show them who the we are. Bowman, Bowman. Listen! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! We are not going to stand silent while U.S. tax dollars kills babies.
So he's bad news, all right? And he really actually belongs in jail. And I'm going to tell you why he belongs in jail, and that's because he actually, this is, I mean, you want to talk gross. He stopped a budget vote from happening. He stopped the vote from happening, and then, in order to cover it up, pulls the fire alarm, and then takes the signs down that said, "Don't pull the fire alarm." And the whole thing's caught on videotape. How is he even running for office? I mean, they work themselves up like nobody's business over anything and everything with Donald Trump. And here they've got a perfect example of a guy interrupting a federal procedure, a vote for the budget. What, so he's going to make sure that, you know, the government doesn't operate because he doesn't like the way the vote is going to turn out? What a schmuck. A total schmuck. And there he is with his ceasefire now nonsense there in the Bronx. He's going to get beaten. And you know what? The squad is going up. Poof, done, over. Because this has gone too far, ladies and gentlemen. Way too far. You got stupid people in big jobs. And that's wrong. That is not what the founding fathers intended. We didn't need bureaucrats and academics and stupid people. Jamal is neither an academic, but he is a bureaucrat, and he is a stupid person.